Hey everybody, it's Michael. Welcome to Stop Drop and Let's Play Metal Gear Solid Part 4. We're in the cave today and this video is going to run right up until the torture chamber. So basically this part of the cave, there's plenty of dogs around, which can be quite annoying, and I'm not going to kill any of them because I don't like killing dogs. So here we go, we're going to crawl under here now. You'll see the first dog there. So we're going to try and avoid him by running behind him. Now it can be kind of tricky to see in here. The night vision goggles are quite useful, but I don't have those yet. I forgot to pick them up earlier on. So I'll use the thermal goggles in a minute and crawl under this little area to get a few extra items, some ammo, and especially the diazepam is incredibly handy later on. So as you can see, one of the dogs seen me. They're still waiting there. There's a little puppy. He's pretty harmless. So I'm going to wait now a second and try and get under there without the other dog coming back. But that was unsuccessful. And crawl under here. This is where you need to go to meet up with Meryl. And once you get into this part, the dogs are going to be quite friendly to you. Well, not exactly friendly, they're friendly to Meryl. As you can see, there's the head going through Snake's body.
I thought you were good with dogs.
I'm a little disappointed in myself here. I didn't have a cardboard box. I wanted to show you a little trick where you could get one of the dogs to piss on you. So you go through this door here anyway. I always found this part quite entertaining actually. Meryl's gonna show you where the mines are in this little minefield area. She learned where they are when Psycho Mantis was inside her head. So she's gonna walk in this little complicated path around the place, avoiding all the mines. But I'm gonna show you in a minute that that's not quite very impressive, Meryl. I always hated that you couldn't actually skip this little cutscene. I'm leaving it in there to show you guys this little tip.
So, what do you think? Pretty good, huh?
So basically Meryl thinks, yeah, that's pretty good, huh? But I'll show you what's pretty good in a second, Meryl.
The mines were placed. Are you impressed?
Well, a little bit.
Only a little?
No, you can basically just run straight forward. There you go, that's what I call impressive. So, see this little cutscene now, there's a sniper looking down at us. Now it's gonna, here we go. Meryl's being shot. I'll use the thermal goggles to avoid the mines, just to make sure they're not there anymore, or make sure they're not in the way. Now, as I've mentioned a few times previously on this series of videos, there's a lot of backtracking in this game, and now we're backtracking once again to the armory, where we have to pick up the sniper rifle so we can actually fight Sniper Wolf. So that means avoiding the dogs again. Okay, so that's seen me. Dodge out of the way of that one. Oh, didn't see that one coming until the last second. Here we go, a little dodge again now. That's the wrong place to go in. There we go. These dogs are quite tenacious still, keep following you, so I'll just give you an example of that. You'll see now in a second. There we go. I'm gonna run back in. Now you may notice actually this video starts in that area. There's actually about 5 seconds of footage missing from the end of the last video where I walk out this door here. Call that a little editing glitch or stupidity on my part. And here we go. Back through the majority of the game we've already went through. I didn't really mind the constant backtracking and stuff in this game though, because the story was so good and I really enjoyed the gameplay back when it originally came out and everything. So don't get me wrong, I'm not ripping on the game too much because it's one of my all-time favorites. So I'm going to go into this room anyway. I'm going to take out the guards so they won't give me any trouble. That guard that was in the toilet, he'll come back into this room in a minute or two if you don't take him out. So as you can see, there's a lot of ammo and stuff in this room. And night vision goggles are also in here, so that's why I'm going to come in here. You can also pick up some more diazepam. So here's the important room. There's the diazepam, some more ammo, and the NVGs. Pick up that ammo as well. Do the little 2-button press. And now back into the least favourite room of the game where you can't use your weapons. It's kind of funny that way as well, because I remember this room was a very daunting experience back when I was originally playing the game some 14 years ago or whatever it was now, and now it's pretty easy. Like, I think it was probably young and impatient and wanted to kill everybody and kept getting seen and stuff like that the first time I was playing it, so this time around I'm a lot more experienced. Do a bit of crawling. Now back out into the canyon where there are plenty of mines and some gun cameras. There's actually a little alcove there that you can crawl into. I didn't actually notice that alcove existed until a few years ago, which I'm not sure if I mentioned on a previous video, but it always amazes me when I can find something new in a game that I've played so many times like this. Some more crawling. Here we go into the room full of lasers. There's no lasers there anymore. More 2 pressing. I'm very impatient. I can't just wait for the elevator to come. I have to use a little trick to make it appear straight away. So down to B2. Might as well take out all these guards while I'm at it. Add a bit of excitement into the video. So we'll wait for this dude to turn around. And he's gone. Now in here's the sniper rifle. There's plenty of lasers in this room, so you gotta be careful. I always find it's best to crawl straight up here and press against the back of the wall to ensure that you definitely won't hit the lasers, and it lines you up perfectly to go back under as well, as you can see there. That was another room that I messed up a little bit back when I was younger. Probably more impatience. Trying to crawl under faster and wasn't careful enough. Hit a few lasers. Also gonna go into the 2 little hidden rooms here now. I realise I've no C4, so I'm gonna go in and pick some up. Handy that it's right there. Now, show you where these rooms are. You can blow these up the very first time you come into the armory as long as you get some C4. I normally do it around the time when I'm looking for the arms deck President Kenneth Baker and the first Ocelot fight. Actually, the only Ocelot fight in this game. So there we go, a few goodies, chaff grenades and stuff. It's always handy. A few trapdoors in this room, so you gotta be careful. Pressing again. And now we're off on the trek back to fight Sniper Wolf. It's actually not too bad when you think about it. This video's been going on for about 10 minutes now, and I've backtracked for the majority of the game, so it's not too much to complain about. Canyon again. The mines will be back, so you've got to, even the ones you picked up in the last run through it there, they'll always be back, so make sure you're very careful. Excuse me. I've got a bit of a scratchy throat this morning, so just be careful, run around the outer edge as usual and duck back under the door. You know the drill at this stage. This is the second or third time we've been down this way. The same guard will be walking down here now, so just hide in the shadows as usual. Wait for him to turn around and run up the stairs. I'm not even gonna bother trying to kill this guy. Sometimes best not to. Risk an alarm, like. Oh, the elevator was actually there this time. So here we go. We're getting back there. We're nearly back at the sniper wolf fight. Into the commander's room. It's where Psycho Mantis was. There's a spare ration there, so I may as well fill up my health a little bit and pick it up. So we're back here now. You can see the night vision goggles are a lot handier. You can actually see everything as compared to the thermal goggles. So we're going to try and avoid these dogs. That's one avoided. I'm sure the next one will see me though. Yep. Oof. Now, let's get ready for the sniper wolf fight. That diazepam I picked up earlier is going to be incredibly handy for this. It basically just steadies your arm and allows you to aim much better with the sniper rifle. So as you can see, she's down there. See that little red dot run out now when she's not aiming anymore. Get the PSG-1 out. There she is. Use the diazepam. There we go. Get her in the head. It's handy that is trying to aim ahead of her runs, and she'll run right into the bullet. Oh, she stopped very quickly there. A few misses by me. Down to it now. This is the last shot. And she did. Very handy boss to beat. That only took about 30 seconds or so, I think. Maybe a minute. So I'm going to run straight ahead. As you can see, Meryl's gone now. I'm going to go up these steps to look for Sniper Wolf's body. And as you can see, she's also gone, with blood trail leading back down the steps. So I'm going to follow that and go through the door for the communication tower. But as you can see, I've been captured. Now, I hear a little conversation between Liquid, Ocelot, and Sniper Wolf. And when we next meet up with Snake, he's in a pretty bad predicament. This is the torture. You gotta press circle as fast as you can to keep your life up, as you can see there. And you can press select to submit. Now there's 4 rounds of the torture. And I'm going to show you how to get through them. It's very easy. You basically put the technique I use is I put the controller against my chest and lay it flat, push it up against it, and then use my index finger on my right hand to just button mash the circle button. It's pretty easy to do. As you can see, I'll end up with full health at the end of it because you can keep bashing after the time's out to gain a little health back. Now I'm actually going to submit to the torture, but I'm just going to show you how easily you can get through all the rounds. I'm going to submit at the very last second. The reason I'm submitting is I've already finished this game on one file, and I'm going to go for the alternate ending. So there's 2 separate endings depending on whether you submit or endure the torture, and you get a different item for each one. Even though I've got all the items several times on the PlayStation, on the original PlayStation, this is my file on the PlayStation 3, so I haven't really played it that much on it. So as you can see, each round of torture lasts a bit longer than the last one.
You win.
Now I submitted. Press select. Snake gives in.
So you're human after all.
It's a pretty interesting part of the game actually, because there's no continue at this section. So if you fail the torture, you actually have to go back to your very last save, and you might not have saved in a while. So it's quite interesting. There's no other part in the game like it, and you know that's why it's in there. So you might have to concede to the torture, give in if you haven't saved. So here I am in the jail cell, and this is pretty much the end of the video, this section. So I'll say goodbye and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you did, I suppose, and we'll see you next part for part 5.